back to another video. Today I just want to talk to you guys and give you an update. I know lately I've been, in the past I've been like giving videos instead of vlogs, and that is just because of the moving process. But as you guys can see, I am in a new location and I'm very happy and excited to show you guys what this RV looks like and show you guys where we're at and stuff like that. Today I was recording a vlog, so that will be up soon after this video. But I wanted to come on here today and give you guys kind of an update how it's been going in Virginia and how I have been, because it's been like a month or two since I last uploaded a video, and I just wanted to update you guys before I start throwing vlogs up in there, you know? So I have my book down here with some notes on what I want to talk about, and yeah, let's get started on Virginia. But this just a disclaimer, it is thundering and like lightning right now. It hasn't rained, it's just like thundering and lightning, so I think it's fine. Also, there's an RV back here, and obviously the window is helping to cover that up so that you guys don't see. But yeah, for their privacy, I'm gonna leave the window closed. But do you like the seating area? Because I kind of like it. I'll switch it up to see like different seating areas that I can sit in. But for right now, I think this one might be my go-to for other sit-down videos. Anyways, so let's get started on adjustment period. So we came down here on, I want to say July 25th. And we drove down here. It was an 8-hour drive. I drove in my car with a whole bunch of stuff in the back, and Caleb drove in his car with Blaze in the back. He had a couple of things, but mostly it was a lot of space in the back for Blaze so he can sit. So we drove down here, and then I had booked a hotel earlier, and it's called the Quality Inn Salem. And everyone knows a Quality Inn, it's whatever, but this one is in Salem, whatever. It was right off the highway. It was really nice because after an 8-hour drive, to just get off the highway and then be right there at your sleeping situation is really good. So this Quality Inn does do dogs, and I made sure of that because obviously Blaze has to come with us. This is a move, blah blah. To update you guys on Ash and Blaze. So Ash, if you guys didn't know, was a black lab that we had. He wasn't my dog. They're both not my dogs. They're both my boyfriend's dogs. Ash was found on the street when he was very young by my boyfriend, and he took him in. And so Ash grew up with him since he was about maybe a year or a couple of months old. But it's not really sure or specified really. But basically the problem that we were having with Ash and Blaze was that Blaze was overprotective of food, and he just didn't like Ash being by his food, blah 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 blah. I loved Ash. If I could get Ash back today, I would, because I loved him. He was such a great dog. He didn't get trained that much, and he was just the sweetest dog, and all he did was like, he didn't really do much to be honest with you. And he was such a good listener. Like, I would sometimes just let him out the door, and I wouldn't let Blaze out the door because Blaze would literally like yeet into the woods. He would like disappear, okay? But with Ash, he would like come out, and I'll do stuff in my car, and he'll just walk around. He wouldn't even leave like the front yard, and the front yard doesn't have a fence. he would go up to the end of the driveway where it meets like the street. And still, like, he wouldn't even go onto the street and walk. He would just go to the end of the driveway and just stand there. And I'd be like, Ash, come back. And he'll come back. He'll scurry back. He was great. The reason why we decided to rehome Ash, and it was a very hard decision. Caleb was really upset for, a couple of days. And even when we came down here, we were like, oh, we hope he's doing great. The reason why we decided to rehome Ash was because Ash was going to have the greatest chance of finding a good home that would be a part of his needs and stuff. Ash didn't have anything special about his needs. He was just a black lab. He was chunky, so he needs to lose a little bit of some weight. But he was sweet and he was kind, and we knew we can find him a good home. When it comes to Blaze, Blaze has some health issues, and he also is just a hard dog to deal with. And unfortunately, we realized that, Blaze is a for life commitment for him. Until he passes away, we'll have him. And it's because, most of the time when you get a dog, it's a life commitment. And he is just not capable to be rehomed, if that makes sense. So with Ash, we knew that he was going to have the greatest chance of getting rehomed and getting someone who would care for him. And we really wanted him to have to be the only dog. And the reason why is because we wanted him to have the most attention. And we knew in our home that he wasn't getting the most attention. A lot of attention was going to Blaze because of Blaze and his not so great behavior sometimes. So the attention would go to Blaze. But with Ash, he was so sweet. Unfortunately, he would get overshadowed by Blaze and his bad behavior. So he really wanted to get someone who would allow him to be the only dog. And we found a older couple, and the guy, the husband, was a veteran. And I was talking to him, and he just was like, I had big dogs. I went into the hospital, and during the time in his hospital, his dog was put down, and he seemed very upset about it and very sad, and I felt really bad. I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I think it was put down for old age and stuff like that. And so he said that he's used to big dogs and he misses having a dog. And he said that, when he saw Caleb's post about, Blaze, about Ash, and he said, oh, that would be great because, it's not a puppy, and, he's big and he's a lab, so that means that he's going to be good and stuff like that. So we were happy to have found him a good home. It was the husband and the wife, and then the children, which the children were like 30, like 40 in that age. And they came by, and the husband, not the husband, but the son, actually, he has a husky. So we were like, oh, okay, well then, Ash will still be able to have a friend every now and then, but he'll be mostly the only dog. And so we were really happy about where he's gone. But it was still like a really hard thing. I cried a little bit as I was packing up some of the things that, they would need for Ash. I was just like, he really likes this blanket. He loves it so much. He'll love it. And it reminds him of home. And yeah, we're really we're happy about it, but we're also very sad about it, and that's the hardest thing to deal with, to be honest with you. So yeah, on a long spew about all of that, now we're left with Blaze. So it was important that we found a hotel that takes dogs, and the Quality Inn definitely did in Salem. So our first week was just a lot of like kind of getting things done and like sitting and waiting until the funds from the house sale drops in and stuff like that. So we also did like some shopping online for this RV and stuff like that. So basically, during this time, we went and visited the camper. And I'll get into a story about the camper in a little bit. We went to go visit the camper like literally the second day we were down here. And the old guy, he's so sweet, he was very nice, and we were like, oh, we love it, like this would be great, it's gonna be great for us three. So we were really excited about it. And then like this is what happened in a span of a week. So a lot more has happened, but I'm just gonna summarize it so that you guys can know. I have some videos and some pictures that I can show you guys. So gonna let that thunder go. We went and visited the caverns at Natural Bridge, and we really liked it. It was just like really pretty. You kind of go in, and it's like their shop, and you go on a tour, so you have to like get the tickets for the tour first, and then you go into this doorway, and then like there's like a passageways that leads you down into the caverns. And we were like, it was like really nice, and it wasn't that long. I think it only took like an hour, and it like I had a great time. Me and Caleb had a great time. We were walking together, stuff like that. And then the other thing that we did was the Reed Mountain Preserve. The Reed Mountain Preserve is like the best. I love it. Basically what it is it's a hike, but it has like 3 types of hike that you can do. You can do like a blue, a yellow, and a red. Obviously the red is gonna, I think, be the hardest. I'm pretty sure the yellow is like a little longer way. The blue is like the shortest and the easiest. The blue you can do in what me and Caleb, we just do it in like maybe 2 to 3 hours or something like that. Basically it's a 2-mile hike up, and then on the top it has like a very beautiful view. I took some videos and some pictures. I'll insert them here. I'll also insert some of the videos and pictures of the caverns at Natural Bridge. Really nice. The Reed Mountain Preserve is like a 4-mile hike all together. So that's like you going up and you coming back down 4 miles. Really nice. Some of the restaurants that we've gone to, I'll let you guys know. We've gone to Alejandro's, which is really nice. We've gone to a lot of other things, but I just can't remember them for some odd reason. There is like a place called the Daily Bread. Well, let me go back. Alejandro's is kind of like a Mexican restaurant. It's really good. I definitely recommend. I had shrimp tacos, and it had coleslaw in it. I don't really like coleslaw, but everyone like convinced me to try it, and it was good. I liked it. I didn't really like all the coleslaw in it, but the shrimp was A1. Loved it. Okay. Daily Bread is like it's kind of like a bakery, and it does breakfast, stuff like that. The one in Salem closes pretty early, I think like 1 or 2, but there's other ones that like are in the Roanoke area, Blacksburg, so there's different ones that you can go and eat at. Now the next thing is I tried this like the last time I was around, and that is Szechuan. Szechuan is a Chinese food restaurant, and they also have a buffet in there, but their Chinese food is really good, and I recommend if you are in the Salem Roanoke area, go to Szechuan's. It's best. And the next thing, I'm gonna give you guys a pointer if you guys are coffee lovers like I am. I love Starbucks. There's like 50 million Starbucks out here, but there's a Mill Mountain coffee. I give it top notch, okay? I'm a type of person that I love coffee, and I love like when other people make it for me. But Mill Mountain has some really good coffee. I also got like basically what it was like a Philly cheesesteak with some eggs and a tortilla or whatever, and it was good, really good. And it's like a little coffee shop downtown Salem that I really like, but there's like a bunch of different ones around everywhere. I've definitely seen one around Caleb's job, but I haven't gone yet, so I'll definitely be around there sometime soon. But definitely the best coffee I think I've had, and I really liked it. So that's some things that we did in our first week down here in Virginia. I'm gonna get into our second week, and that's a bit hectic. So once we got the funds, our second week here, we got the camper, and the camper was $20,000, and Caleb paid it outright. So this RV camper is paid for. How lovely. Basically, if you guys want to know a little bit about the backstory, literally maybe like a week before we were set to come down here and to find the camper, Caleb was on Facebook and saw that the guy's son that we brought the camper from, posted this camper on Facebook Marketplace, and Caleb was on there, and he saw it like literally like a couple of minutes after it was posted, messaged the guy and said, you know, can someone go take a look at it to make sure that it's good. So he called his father. His father said, yeah, that would be great, and gave Caleb his father's number, and then Caleb called the guy and they discussed, and Caleb got his dad to go take a look at the camper. So basically, Caleb's dad really liked it and was like, oh, we'll put money down on it right now. You know, my son's moving, he'll give you 20 grand outright. And Caleb agreed. He'll give you 20 grand outright about it. So basically the guy was like, oh, you don't have to pay me any downright money right now. I'll keep the camper for him, and he can pay me when he, you know, gets paid from his house sale. So the guy was just really generous. The background story to this camper was that, and it's so sad, I don't really know if I should share this story or not, but I don't think the guy would see me, hopefully. basically, background of this camper is that his wife unfortunately passed away less than a year ago, or it's August, so it'd be a year. And his wife, they went on a trip. She got, unfortunately, COVID, and unfortunately passed away. And because she was the reason why he kind of brought this camper, and some of the things of having like a big shower and stuff like that, he felt like the camper just reminded him too much of his wife and made him sad, because they've gone on so many different trips in this camper, and to know that she's gone is, I think I totally would understand if like something like this reminds me too much of, like, you know, something like that. It's just like, it makes me really sad to think about, because I can't imagine having someone be with you for so long and then one day not having them there. And I think that's a hard thing to get over, for sure. He was such a kind gentleman, and, you know, his children are all grown, so he's definitely in his house by himself, and he has a beautiful house. And I remember when we went up to go look at the camper, Caleb was like, "Oh my God, you have such a nice truck. I wish I can buy that from you too." And he was like, no, this is not for sale. This was given to me by my wife. And I was like, oh. And he still has his ring on, and you could just tell when he tells the story, you know, how much she meant to him, and how much, you know, her being gone has really affected him. And for him to give us this camper, and then there was, like, he said there's a lot of stuff in here, like dishes and all this other stuff, and he was like, you know, the stuff that we got and brought together, you know, you guys can have, and you can keep it. And that was really lovely of him, because me and Caleb were like, we're gonna have to buy new dishes, we're gonna have to do this, blah blah blah. But now basically we're using all of their old stuff, and I feel like in that sense she gets to live on. And although I didn't know her, and I don't know what she looks like or anything, I know that she had a lot of care of her things, and all her things are just so nice. And was definitely one of those people who likes to maybe throw an outing or make sure the food is nicely cooked, because she had so many cooking items in here that I've gone through and I decided to keep. So although this originally wasn't our camper, I can always see a little touch of their stuff, and I kind of like that. So basically that's how it was. That's how we got our camper, and the guy was so kind to hold it for us, even though, you know, someone else messaged him about it. He was like, no, you guys can have it. That was really nice. And the campground we got like literally a month before we came down here. Caleb came down here on a trip by himself, and the way we found out about this is that his dad, who does flooring, which is also another story, his dad, who works at a like place that does flooring, he came over to help this guy that owns this RV park, and was doing a measure, and he was like, oh, I see that you have open spaces in this RV park. My son's moving. You know, do you think you'll have availability? And he said, yeah, I'll have availability. Here's my number. Let me, you know, talk some details with my son. And Caleb just called me. He sometimes gets bored at his job, so he calls me and we do a little talking. I actually have to go to Starbucks after this, so I have some work I need to do and I need Wi-Fi, and we are still figuring out the Wi-Fi. Anyways, so we moved into this RV. I was talking about the campground, and yeah, so literally a month prior, we learned that this campground was here, and it's not really online. It's not anywhere, really, because it's owned by a guy that I don't really think he uses internet, or anything like that, and we're suspecting that he might be like Amish or something. We don't really know. His wife wears kind of like, well, his fiance wears kind of like Amish attire, so we're thinking that's why, but we're not really certain, and we don't want to be rude on like, how do you ask somebody that, you know? Like, it's really none of my business. He's doing his thing. This RV park is here and we love it, you know? Who cares? Anyways, so we were gonna pay him to like save the spot, but he was like, no, I'll just take the money when you get up here. Yet again, another nice person, because in New York, I feel like if you were like, oh, can you save the spot, the people would be like, well, I can't really save it, you know, like, you're gonna have to do something. And then if you'd be like, oh, I'll pay for it like right now, then they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll save you the spot, I'll save it for you. No, not in Virginia. They're like, oh, it's okay, I'll save it for you. What? Okay, if it was me, I would be like, yeah, sure, I'll take that. It's so freaking nice. Okay, so this is where we were staying right now. I don't think I'm gonna tell anybody right now where I'm staying, because it's just not safe to do that. I think I said that. I said it in my vlog, so I'm gonna go delete it. But yeah, this is where we're staying, and it's very beautiful, and I'm not gonna say it until we leave. So we paid for 2 months ahead. Well, really, Kayla paid for 2 months in advance. We paid for August and September, and the reason why we decided to only pay for 2 months is because there's some issues. So I'll let you guys know on it in a few minutes. So the adjustment period is still immense. I'm still learning a lot about this camper. I'm learning a lot about the area that I'm in. Driving, it is very, very hectic for me because I'm used to like highway driving and being stuck in 20-minute traffic. But in here, you're driving for 20 minutes. You're not stuck in traffic, you're just driving. I love that. I love that for me a lot. It's just a lot for me, to be honest with you. And then it's raining quite a bit right now, but that's okay. So I'm gonna tell you some of the pros and cons of staying in this campground. We love the view. The view is amazing. It's beautiful. We get to wake up and you just see there's cows that like roam right in front of you. There's obviously a gate. There's like an electric fence there, and the cows just kind of like roam right in front of it, and we get to see the cows all the time in the morning, during the day, at night. They'll come like right up there. It's like really cool. It's quiet. There's not a lot of traffic. There's not a lot of people. It's very nice and chill and very nice. Cons is that there's no Wi-Fi. The guy doesn't do Wi-Fi, so we don't have any Wi-Fi. And then the other thing is that it's far from everything. Like everything. Like the closest Walmart is a 20-minute drive. You want fast food, that's like 10 minutes further from the Walmart, so that's like a 30-minute drive. You want to eat out, 30 to 45-minute drive. Going to Salem, 40 minutes. Going to Roanoke, 40 minutes. It's just like a lot. Like, I just can't tell you. Like, yesterday I did so much driving. I was like, at the end of the day, I was just like, I'm literally, I can't drive anymore. Like, I'm done driving. But I literally got up this morning and drove. You know, like, everything is just so far, and it's so aggravating to me, to be honest with you. Jobs. So I have some jobs. Our jobs just started. My job is mostly online and kind of setting my own schedule, and also I have to go to client's house. If you don't know, I study disability services, and basically part of my job is helping people who are foster parents who might have higher needs children that they are fostering. So basically, these foster parents, they do an extra mile of studying, you know, special needs children, higher needs children, stuff like that. These parents might also be taking in teenagers, or they'll take in, you know, children that have special needs, or just, you know, that type of thing. And so basically what I do is I go in and I help, you know, them with alleviating stress. Maybe they're like, hey, do you mind just like taking him out of the house? He's just not able to, you know, express his needs correctly. Maybe he needs a moment to himself where someone can talk to him, and you know, that's what I can come in and do. Or like, oh, you know, maybe I can take him to ice cream place and we can talk about what his goals are. It's a lot of different things, and really it's just about coming in and helping the family. It's a family orientated, how can I help you, and what goals do we have for the future, because most of these kids, we would like for them to be reunited with their family, and sometimes we work with their biological parents on building healthier relationships. So yeah, this is a new job that I'm doing. I haven't exactly started. I just got my email about having my job email and stuff like that, so I'm really happy about that. And I need to get started very, very soon on that, and I might be driving down right now to go to the internet, because I might need to go to Starbucks to save me some money on the internet. New routine. I am building a new routine. I don't really know what I'm doing. Today I went to go do Planet Fitness and go get my thing transferred. He said it's going to take maybe a business day, but it's already kind of looked like it transferred on my app. So I might do the gym today, but I think that I needed to get some work done for my job since I have to do some training. So that's why I would like to go to Starbucks and do that. But I also have a Walmart order that I just ordered. So I have a lot of stuff going on, and it's kind of crazy to think that there's just so much that I'm doing. But yeah, that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I have a lot of things that I am so excited to do and to get started on. I'm gonna work on my budgeting, and once I work on that, you guys can see a video on that. I'm gonna work on, you know, my workout routine and my eating habits, and I just feel like a fresh start for me is a good thing, and I'm ready to build myself and to focus on me and to do better for myself. If you guys know, it's been a hard one, and I'm ready to do better for myself. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later, and thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys another time. Bye!